What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are here for a brand new part of the Power Universe. Okay, this is Power Book 4, Force. All right, this is Tommy's whole thing, and truthfully, I feel as though if we wanted to go in order, okay, we wanted to continue Power. We should have did Power Book 2 Ghost, and then Book 3 should have been Force. Okay, this should have been Force with Tommy because those was the two main people that we really wanted to keep up with. Truthfully, it just made sense to go with Tariq next, but then to go with Tommy. Okay, we could have got Raising Kanan later. You know what I'm saying? Because the nigga did anyway, so we don't care. Moving on from that, this is episode 1, season 1. A short fuse and a long memory. We're about to see how this gonna go. I'm already a little bit hype about it because, like I said, it's Tommy. And second of all, Chicago, okay? That's my city. That's my hometown. Born and raised, and that's what it is. So we start the episode off, and we already know at the end of Power, and from what we saw on some of Ghost season 1 or whatever when Tommy was there, he is about to go to LA. Okay, he's about to leave New York because New York is hot. At this point, his brother is gone, Ghost, whatever. The ties that he had with Tasha's gone. Tariq and all of that whole situation, that's all messed up. So he's on his way to LA. As he's driving his convertible, you know what I'm saying, his little car or whatever. The Impala. Is that an Impala? It's Impala, right? That's what it is, okay? Y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. So he driving down the street or whatever, on the little winding road. And see, every time I see those type of roads, it makes me nervous as hell because ain't no bar railing or whatever, and it's always a mountaintop or some hills or some shit. And he just going at night. Ain't no lights out there. So you got to have your own headlights and everything, and at this moment, he's just thinking about everything that's been going on ever since. It was like a recap. His memory is a recap of what happened on Power and part of Ghost 2. You know what I'm saying? And so it gets to a point where everything starts just, piling up, and you could tell that he hasn't really released his emotions about, the reality of what things is happening, and he turns the headlights off, and then he just keeps on driving. Mind you, I was scared as shit. I said, Tommy, you about to die already? What the fuck? This how we starting it off, baby. But he eventually turns the headlights on, and we see the sign saying Chicago, okay? And he stops just in the nick of time. Them brakes was on point, okay? The brakes was on point, and he did not even fuck up the car. I said, thank God, you know what I'm saying? But, he's going to Chicago. We see him later, actually at Chicago, and, well, I should say in Chicago, and it's daytime, and he parking his car in front of this house. He's looking at this picture of, and I guess I'm assuming that it was him as a little boy, and he looking at the house, and all of a sudden, this dude come out, knocking on the door, and said, "Where your parking fee, homie?" I said, "What?" Mind you, it is winter, okay? It is winter, and I feel like they did this during the last snowstorm that we had. Truth be told, I want to understand why I didn't know y'all was filming out here, and I couldn't get an extra scene. Every goddamn time they be filming out here in Chicago, I just be missing it. The shot, bitch. Where the fuck do I be at? Work. Okay, girl, what the hell? I take off work just to be like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to do. And walk on by, bitch. Okay? But, oh boy said, he said, "You got the parking fee?" I said, excuse me, what is that? Now, excuse me, for my Chicago people that's watching, y'all say parking fees out here? Okay, when you don't, I will say this. When he pulled out that little vacuum and then the chair that was in the parking space, that's literally when he said that's private property, that's private parking space or whatever. If you from Chicago and you probably from any place else that gets snow like that, and you have to dig your ass up out that snow, out that spot or whatever, you dig that spot out for yourself. You will be damned if somebody else come and take that spot. So therefore, we put little items or whatever, our personal items that we really don't give a damn about, and to hold the parking space, okay? So that means that this belongs to me, okay? So don't touch my shit, don't touch my space. So that part was correct. I don't know about the parking fee, but Tommy was like, "Nigga, if you don't get out of my face," and then he tried to pull out a knife, and he lifted his shirt, and he had his gun in his waistband. And no boy was like, oh shit. I said, yeah, you don't bring a knife to a gunfight, bruh. Okay. He was like, I'm gonna leave just because you got this gun. I ain't bring my strap with me. I said, whatever. Tommy asking about the old woman that lives up in the house and how she died. Oh boy said, oh, she didn't die. They moved her to this other nursing home. Okay. And so he goes to the nursing home and he just looking, and we come across this woman who's being wheeled out in a wheelchair, and he sees her side profile, then we see her front, and he gets like this shock look, and then he leaves like he was shook a little bit, so at the same time he gets this phone call from somebody that was up in LA who's waiting for him to come, and he said, I'll be there when I be there. He had to make a stop, and so that's that. He gets over there to this bar. It's a Jamaican bar. I saw the flag or whatever. They were talking about pepper pot soup. And he was like, I try some or whatever. Because some of y'all don't like it because it's a little spicy and all that stuff. They flirting and everything. And she was like, you got to come back when we actually say serving food later on tonight because we ain't open for that. It was like a double, meaning like, I'm not open right now, but I'll be open later, type of thing. And I was like, okay, cool. Tommy got him a little dip already. Only been in Chicago for a couple of hours and already got him a little ass. Okay, cool. That's Tommy. Y'all know the actor that played Tommy. He from Chicago for real. So, that's cool. Meanwhile, we get this other story that's going on. We see this guy that's in prison, and he is a barber, okay? He's cutting this older prisoner's hair, and it was just so crazy how he had to keep on announcing when he's picking up the razor, when he's putting the razor down. I guess it's for safety so that they won't, look at it like he finna try to shank somebody, whatever. And the old man is just like, I don't know why you taking so long doing my hair. I just cut this shit off and just keep on going. And he was like, it's probably gonna be a long time since I see you next, okay? You probably have a whole locked up hair. And he was like, I hope I don't see you again, Get what you need to do and get the hell on. And so once he finished, he's going back into general population to go to his cell. And you notice how all the other inmates that was just chilling around, they just looking at him like, and I'm like, what he is? First of all, dabbing is fine. Okay, listen, y'all know I got bird tendencies, and I like a little eye candy, whether it's women or men. Okay, I don't want to fuck them, but I can say somebody is fine as shit, and damn it, it's fine. I told y'all if I was straight, listen, bitch, I would be with a street nigga. Okay, you would have to know how to hold yourself in the streets, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is about that, but maybe because that's what I was born around, and raised around. But hey, it is what it is. Okay, sometimes we don't want better for ourselves. We just want what we got. But he was going up on the block or whatever, and I was just like, why everybody looking at him? Is he the big done dot up in this bitch or whatever? But then we see this group of Hispanics. And I realized that they was Hispanics because the dude, the little stumpy bald headed one, his name, they call him Rojas. Okay, ain't that Spanish for red or rose or something like that? Y'all correct me in the comments. And he was like, we'll wait till he get real comfortable outside, and then we'll get that motherfucker. I said, oh, what y'all do to him? He seems such a nice guy. He's so nice. When he was getting out, when they was giving him back his stuff, he had some Jordans that was like, them Jordans had to be, I don't know, because he had on a Bulls jacket saying that the 6-time champion. I said, "Dead bitch, what is this? You was locked in early 2000, late 99, something like that? Because the Bulls ain't won a championship in a long goddamn time out here, okay, bitch? I don't know, this new generation done fucked our shit up, okay? It ain't like the MJ, Scottie Pippen, Steve Kerr type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Tony Kukoc, okay? Anyway, I said, oh, so you've been down for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Because dude was talking about the Jordans he had. He said, these Jordans will go good and go for a whole grip on StockX. I can give you $150. He said, listen, I don't know what the fuck a StockX is, but I know these Jordans is worth more than $150. And obviously he was a model prisoner because they gave him a gift of his own cutting, barber set or whatever, just to get him started on the outside. And then, when that happened, he let him have his shoes for free. And I was like, so you walking out with the prison shoes? No, baby, he was walking out with with his socks. Okay, and it's cold outside. His brother came and picked him up. Now, if you saw Ballers that came on HBO, a couple of years ago, whatever. The dude that played his brother, he was one of the football players, and I think I ain't gonna spoil it for those that didn't see it. Something wound up happening to him towards the end of the last season, okay? But yeah, he was on there, and he was just like, somebody stole your shoes, whatever. He just let him go, you know what I'm saying? And he's just, just that whole I ain't been out in the world in a minute type of look, okay? So I'm like, my interest is peaked about Diamond. Meanwhile, we get Tommy, he was outside some restaurant, look downtown or something like that, and he was parked, right? And so at this this car pulls up. It looked like a Bentley or whatever. He pulls up and they was like, yo, move your car. And he was like, what the fuck is going on with this parking space shit? And I don't like people like that. I said, no, Chicago, we can get real aggressive, okay? When we see a spot, like, bitch, move that shit up. Okay, why the fuck you double parking, nigga? But this wasn't that. All right, it was one of those, you could tell it was like, it had to be like an organized gang type of situation, because the dudes got out, they flashing their guns, because Tommy ain't playing with that shit. First of all, you being rude as shit to me, telling me to move my shit, like, damn, excuse me, can you please move your car? Can you say that? All right, and the driver, he gets out all aggressive and shit. I said, what you about to do? Tommy about to whoop that ass, okay? Meanwhile, they trying to double team him, and the dude that was in the back was like, come on now, y'all need to stop all this shit. Well, he started it. Grow the fuck up, okay? Sir, we're on a schedule, and if you wouldn't mind, could you please move your car? He was like, sure. That's how you act, okay? And then the other dudes was just looking at him funny and shit, like they was gonna do something, like they keeping a mental note. I said, Tommy, you about to start working with these motherfuckers? Who they boss? Let's see who that is. So then we get this guy, and I noticed the back of his head. And let me just tell you this. First of all, he the crime boss, okay? We got Irish gangs out here, whatever. So I'm just sitting here like, okay, so this is the Irish gang, his last name Flynn. And I was like, if y'all look at Sons of Anarchy, he was on Sons of Anarchy. Everybody know that scar that he got on his face. Like, you seen him in a lot of things. Baby, Sons of Anarchy, that just took me back. Jax Taylor, I still hate the way that shit ended. But anyway, he coming up in there, and we see this girl, her name Claudia, she on the desk, whatever, or I should say sitting at the desk. And, basically that's his daughter. She wants to be out there on the street. She want to be handling some of the business and not just doing the books or whatever. He got the brother out there, his son, collecting stuff and doing what they supposed to do, doing the street work, okay? And she like, he not really built for this. This is what I should be doing. And he like, no, this is the natural order of things. Look at your hands, these little dainty hands or whatever. This ain't meant for no street stuff or whatever. What you think this gonna do? So at this point, she's annoyed as hell. We come to find out that his son was the guy that flashed his gun at Tommy, when they got out that car, okay? And he actually was in a relationship or had something going on with Gloria, who was the bartender that Tommy was talking to. And I guess she gave him some money or whatever, and he trying to figure out the relationship, because how some of these gangs or whatever, these organizations, you got to pay, a certain percentage just to be doing business out there, unless they're going to take you out of business and all this stuff. So that's what it seemed like it was doing. And, protection. Okay. And so, oh boy, it's just all up in his face or whatever. All up in her face, talk about some, come on, can we just talk? I can get the place out there in Buffalo or whatever. And she was like, listen, we already did all that talking, and I already told you what it is. As long as your daddy is in charge or whatever, and you taking orders from him, it ain't gonna happen. And he was like, come on, like, can you just tell me that, listen, it'll be a chance for us? Like, I'm not too late. She said, listen, I can't tell you that. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, yeah, it's going to be a chance, because it ain't. Meanwhile, Tommy was sitting outside, and I didn't realize that he was sitting outside the bar. That's where he was. And the other guy that, stopped the whole melee between him and the other guy from happening, whose name was Simon, the driver, the high-head one. He was just like, you real calm, cool, and collected with it. You handled yourself well. I liked what you did. You didn't get all out of sorts or whatever, trying to be like a little bad guy and all that. And he gave him a card. He was like, so you coming or you going? He was like, I'm going. He said, that's a good thing, because, you just kind of probably pissed off the Flynn family. He was like, you saying that as if that's supposed to mean something to me. Never heard of it, don't care. He said that's a good thing. So what I suggest you to do is to just go ahead and get your ass up out of here. And you know, Tommy don't take lightly and kindly to people telling him what to do, okay? So he winds up going back up into the bar and, you know, talking to Gloria, getting the suit or whatever. Victor told Simon to stay there and to watch Gloria, you know, but don't get too drunk and all that stuff. He said, listen, I've been clean from drinking for the past 2 months or whatever. But at the same time, he didn't say nothing about drugs because the whole time he's sitting there just sniffing this and sniffing that. Meanwhile, it was this lady at the bar that he keep on bothering, and she had to get loud with him because he kept on touching on her and everything. I said, well, her her T-boss ass, you know, haircut and everything, bitch. I said, come on, bring that shit back, you know? And at this point, Tommy is sitting there just not paying no attention to him. Literally, we're not looking at him, but he's hearing everything that's going on. Dude already put a bad taste in his mouth because of the shit that he was saying. Baby, when dude got out the car, he said, fuck Boston. And Tommy was like, what are you talking about? I said, now see, you can't tell whether or not he from New York or Boston. How is that? All right, we can clearly tell the difference, okay? He gonna say some fuck Larry Bird and fuck Tom Brady. I said, what? What is happening? So Gloria had went to go get the soup for Tommy, and when she breaks up whatever was going on with Simon, because she had to put Simon in his place, because Simon tried to come for her, and then she said, you ain't nothing but a glorified ass errand boy, bag boy, okay? Shut your ass up, sit your ass down, or get the fuck out, okay? That's what you need to do. So he go out back to take a piss, but he was on the phone with somebody talking about some meetup and getting some money, some drugs or whatever. As long as the powder is white and the money is green, we good, okay? Tommy came out there and beat his ass. Proceeds to beat the fuck out of him. And did he break his arm? Because I heard something crack and I just cringed, okay? He was like, no, you ain't got to do that. I said, yes, he do. Yes, he do. Next thing you know, Gloria come out there. She was like, oh, okay, this what we doing. But, he said, this gonna blow back on you? No, it ain't. He said, but let me get the hell up out of here. She said, no, your soup ready. Come on, let's eat that shit. Meanwhile, he go back up in there. He took old boy phone. Tommy was offended. He said, listen, Tom Brady, understandable. But Larry Bird, he's a goddamn legend. I said, oh, these niggas in their goddamn sports. Next thing you know, Tommy fucking old girl. I said, you know what? Gloria was all up into it. We found out that Gloria was at one point, she was married. You know, her husband was in the service. He never came back. Had his dog tag, and she wasn't married long enough to know exactly, to get a true feel of how marriage could have been. Of course, he's having flashbacks about, you know, getting a ring for Keisha. You know, him and Cash, okay? What if Cash make an appearance? Baby, they should... Cash needs to make an appearance somewhere, okay? Like, cause don't just leave him out in the dark or whatever, because it ain't his fault. It ain't his fault, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so that wind up happening. He also gets, you know, a text on Vic's phone, not Vic's, but Simon's phone, saying that the meet is supposed to be happening in 20 minutes or something on 16th and Randolph, and you need to come on. And it's from Victor, okay? So he was like, shit, I gotta go. Oh, girl was like, go ahead, do what you gotta do. I don't give a fuck. I said, you know what? Well, you know what it is. You know what it is. Meanwhile, we get Claudia, the Flynn guy's daughter. She comes to this club or whatever, asking for this drink, and, you know, they telling her it's this some certain type of drink, whatever, you got to drink it slow. She gulped that shit. She said, listen, I'm tired of men telling me what the fuck to do. She sees some girl on the floor. I said, oh, so it's this type of party. Now, so I'm going to be honest, okay? Like, I like looking at gay shit. But I don't want to turn nobody off. You know, it's certain white women that I would watch, but, you know, mostly that's not my cup of tea. Like, looking at white lesbians or whatever, it just doesn't do anything for me. I need to have some melanated stuff going on, and I need to have a little bit of thickness, okay? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But it was cute. You know, she was dancing with old girl. You know, old girl put some stuff on her hand. I'm thinking that it's cocaine, and she looking at it. And I said, you're not going to sniff it if you don't know where this came from. She said, bitch, I don't care. I said, hold up. So y'all just taking drugs from strangers in clubs and stuff that you ain't never been to and never met. Ah, okay, she took her to the penthouse, baby. She took her up there to the penthouse, and they was up there just fucking off of that shit, okay? I mean, she put a whole line on her stomach and everything and was just doing it, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, wow. Meanwhile, oh, girl, she was like, whatever that stuff is that you just gave me, I ain't never had it before, but I want more. So where can I get it? I said, so it's not cocaine? What is it? It got to be cocaine or something like that. I said, wow, so we just doing stuff like this? I said, put your titties away, little flat ass, you know? And so, Tommy about to go to this meet and see what the hell is going on. I said, oh, Tommy, what you about to do? You about to get yourself up into some trouble. So you got Vic in the car and he's calling Simon's phone and he like, bro, where the hell you at? So he calls again because he not getting no response, and then he hear the phone ringing and it's right there. And so it's Tommy, of course. He comes up on him with the gun, like, get the fuck up out the car and all this stuff. And he like, listen, the Flynns ain't gonna be too happy about this. You don't know who you fucking with, okay? Tommy don't give a care. Okay, like, see, you didn't put him in your crosshairs when you crossed him at that parking space. All right, so now you got to deal with it. All right, we're not in your world. We're in Tommy's world at this point. So basically, Simon and Victor was supposed to be going to do some little drug drop or whatever that's off the books from the dad, okay? And when they get there, because of course Tommy got the gun on him, and he was like, they expecting 2 people, so that's cool. How many people supposed to be there? It's supposed to be 1. So okay, the numbers are in our favor, 2 against 1. But when he get there, it's Diamond's brother Gerard, okay? He there with these 2 other white boys that look like, you know, they're tweaking out their minds, okay? They're like high as hell, especially the one in the tan jacket, you know? And I was like, what type of shit is this? Now, he was supposed to be meeting up with the CBI, okay? Come to find out, the CBI is Gerard and Diamond's old crew, okay? That's their gang or whatever that they used to have back in the day. And so they looking like, what the hell? They was talking, this guy named Zamos or whatever, he was supposed to be the one that's meeting up with them, getting them drugs and all this stuff, and they paying for it or whatever. But basically, all of them were played, okay? And I think they were supposed to be getting it from the tweaker dudes, okay? And this is their first drop. They're tweaking and everything, and I'm just like, first of all, this don't even look right, all right? First of all, who sent somebody who was high off their ass to do a drug deal, okay? Meanwhile, you know, Gerard, he trying to understand why everybody else is there, you know, who is Tommy, what's happening, okay? And what's going on. But at this point, the tweakers, they just get beside themselves and try to shoot and everything. And so they start shooting back or whatever. Tommy took their ass out because Gerard tried to shoot his gun jam. You know, Tommy took old boy gun. And so he took care of it. He took care of the situation. And you know, he was basically like, what y'all need to do is you need to say thank you for the fact that if it wasn't for me, y'all are still alive, okay? Because, of course, Victor got some shit to say. I said, Victor, you showing the reason why your sister probably a harder gangster than you, and we ain't even seen what she can do yet, okay? We ain't even seen what she can do, but bitch, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have got herself in no situation like this, all right? And after all of that, Tommy said, I saved your ass, and my services ain't for free. Victor like, bitch, I didn't even tell you to come with me, so what you talking about? And then come to find out, Victor didn't even bring all of the money for the drugs, okay? They was like, bitch, this is part of the reason why this happened, because you came light, okay? And it was like, well, whatever you was going to pay him, go ahead, pay the people for the drugs or whatever, go ahead and give it to Tommy, all right? And so he gave it to him, you know, reluctantly, and Tommy took the drugs or whatever because they, you know, this is my fee, all right? He wasn't finna leave empty-handed or whatever, and he leaves out. And, of course, Victor is like, we're going to get this motherfucker. I said, oh, you really think so? You're on his show, boo-boo, not the other way around, okay? This Tommy time. Go, go, Power Ranger. One Tommy like the white or the green Power Ranger. Morphin time. Okay, anyway, moving on from that. We ain't even do that. We get Diamond waking up. And he's sleeping on the floor. I said, oh, I just forgot that quick that you just came out of jail. You've been in jail for like 15 years because Tommy did looked up the Flynn guy, okay, and looked up Diamond, and we found out Diamond was sentenced to 15 years. He was one of the heads of the CBI gang or whatever. And that's what it was, okay. I said, look at that high top fade. That's so old, okay. And he talking to Dry. They going down the street, and he just telling them all about how the different crews are not the same way that they were back in the day when they were first started out on the streets or whatever. People turning on each other, people going against each other, people falling off and all that stuff. And then of course he had to tell him about this whole situation that happened the night before with Tommy, and how his gun jammed, and they trying to get and see who the hell he is. That's basically what's gonna be happening with that. Okay. um Victor had to go tell his sister what was up. She was like, "You dumb." Okay, first of all, you getting stuff from the CBI and getting involved with them, and then you getting drugs that's probably like stepped on, and all this other stuff, and it's just low quality. It was like, don't nobody care about that. Them motherfuckers up at the Northwestern, and in Glen Clove and all that stuff. I said, "Oh, the suburbs." Okay. The hoity-toity whiteys. All right. And it's like, baby, don't nobody give a fuck about that. As long as they can get their high, they don't care how good the quality is. Okay. And I'm just sitting here like, all right. So we got this complex that we always see where the son in a powerful family is trying to follow in the father's footsteps, but then show the father that he can actually be better than him, and that he can depend on him, and that he can be the man and everything. But then you got the daughter who, getting pushed aside because of her gender, you know what I'm saying? But she's actually the one that can do more, you know what I'm saying? And actually really built for that life, okay? Because she like, what will mama say? Mama won't be proud of this shit. You always got to throw the dead mama up in there, whatever, make me feel bad for you and all that stuff. But she like, get your shit together, okay? Meanwhile, when Tommy was looking up all this stuff, he was sitting up in his car, and he was outside the nursing home. So he goes to the nursing home, and it was like this, I guess you would say like the nursery where the greenhouse where the flowers be at. And they had the old lady there. Okay, apparently her name is Miriam Egan. So I'm going to assume that's the grandmama. Okay, that's his grandmama. He was like, "Yo, you remember me? You know what I'm saying? How you doing? Whatever." You could tell that she's not really lucid at this point. It seems like she probably has like, some dementia or Alzheimer's or whatever, something memory wise. And, he shows her the picture, and he was like, "Do you remember this?" And it was some, writing on the back. It looked like it was probably in Latin or whatever. And she looked at it, but then he said, "It's me, Tommy." And she was like, "Tommy." Like, that's the first time that she seemed lucid, just mentioning his name, because it's been a minute. Meanwhile, he leaves out after all of that. And like, she was lucid for a second when she said Tommy, and then she went back to her regular state. Okay, that buzzed out, zoned out state, that she was in. He leaves out, and we see somebody looking at him in the room, okay? And then as he walking, it's this dude walking up behind him, and Tommy can feel him coming. You can tell when somebody is behind you. So he pulled out his gun like, "What the fuck you following me for?" He said, "What the fuck are you up here for? What you want with Miriam Egan? Because ain't nobody been up here to see her in 6 years, okay?" He was like, "Who the fuck are you?" "I'm her grandson." I said, "Nigga, what?" Because he black. He black. I said, "Now, Catherine." Catherine, Katie girl. Now I know, like, to be honest, shit would be fucking surprised, because Kate got around, okay? Given the way that Kate was doing the things that she was doing when we were seeing her on Power, and how she was acting with Tommy and everything, to be honest, we shouldn't even be surprised. We should be asking, how many more others are there, to be honest, all right? Because at first, old boy was like, "How you Miriam's grandson?" Tommy was like, showed him the picture that had the words, the Latin words on the back. And then old boy said, he pulled up his arm, and it was the same tattoo. He had the same phrase tattooed on his arm. And I said, "Oh shit." So basically, they brothers, half brothers. Of course, old boy's father is black. The father said that the mama was gone. He didn't know if she was alive or not or whatever. Tommy said, "Yeah, the bitch is still alive. Fuck that hoe. She dead to me though, okay?" And he just want to know what's going on, okay? Because when he called her Catherine, he was like, first of all, she ain't no royalty. So you ain't got to call her nothing like that, okay? That bitch ain't shit. The way Tommy was talking about that lady, I said, damn, I got to go back. I know Kate was a piece of work, okay? Kate was a piece of work, but shit. He was like, well, can I get your number or whatever so we can call each other and we can talk or whatever when all this stuff settled down? Mind you, this is Tommy saying that, which surprised me. You know, he was receptive and open to the fact that, hell, I got a fucking brother. And I was cool with that, okay? You know, and so at that point, that was that. I said, oh, all right. Now, Kate, you got some fucking explaining to goddamn do. I want to know who the daddy is. So Gerard, I hope I'm saying his name right. Okay. He done took Diamond to this barbershop. So apparently this was where he used to work at, you know what I'm saying? And he used to be a staple. And we come to find out that, you know, dude brought it and put it in Diamond's name. So it's now his shop. So now he set up, this is where the CBI, what is it? The Chicago Brothers International or Incorporated started. That's what CBI stands for. And so, you know, he trying to put his shit back together. And he said, listen, I done changed. After all these 15 years or whatever, I don't want to do no more killing. You got to stop with all this, you know, unnecessary style shit that you got going on. And, you know, Gerard, he just really don't want to hear that. He like, look, nigga, you free. You can do whatever it is that you want, but I'm going to do what I need to do too, okay? Meanwhile, while he chilling up in there, some dude come up in the shop. I said, who is this? Who is this? All right. And he was like, listen, I used to come here all the time. I ain't seen you in a minute. So who are you? And he was like, you the new owner, whatever. He was like, yeah, I am. So he get a phone call. Mind you, Diamond is telling him, listen, bro, we're not even open yet. Okay, so you can come back. He just sit his ass down. And as soon as he sat his ass down, I said either he another rival gang member or person on the block and he trying to intimidate him, or he got to be the cop, okay? And he was a cop, because when he got on the phone with whoever was talking to him saying he'd be there in 5 minutes, his badge showed. And then he already knew who Diamond was, okay? Diamond said, listen, the first haircut on the house, he was like, listen, I always pay my way. Welcome back, Diamond. I said, now look, nigga, you look a little scraggly and a little scrawny, okay? Don't come for my man like that, you know what I'm saying? I already claimed Diamond. Fuck what you mean. He's going to be one of my sperm donors, okay? Well, my partner's sperm donor, because, you know, he's going to be the father of one of my kids, okay? That's all y'all need to know. I love him already. I don't know, like, the bird senses is just chirping really, really loud in my ears, okay? So, any of y'all want to be my partner and y'all want to have his baby so we can have a family, you know, just hit me up and let me know, okay? So, meanwhile, after all of that, Tommy was at the gas station, and I was like, damn, did I speak too soon about him wanting to be friends or understand where his brother's coming from, whatever, because he looked at the number and threw it in the garbage. I said, well, shit, Tommy, I just talked you up. But Tommy said, you know what, fuck. You know, he was having, his conscience was playing, you know, games. He got questions. You know, you want the answers. Okay, y'all, you got somebody that you feel like you can connect with at this point. And so he went and dug into the garbage can, and he got the number back. I said, okay, cool. Meanwhile, you know, Tommy was driving a Mustang, right? I said Impala. It's a Mustang, bitch. Listen, I don't know shit about shit. Okay, that's y'all feel. Y'all do that or whatever. Meanwhile, he on the phone because LA keep calling him, which is Rodolfo. And once he said that, I said, right, he was going to LA to go, you know, do some shit with him. And, you know, Rodolfo trying to act like, you know, Tommy working with him, Tommy working for him. He said, listen, bitch, I don't work for nobody, so you better calm the hell down. I get there when I get there. And while he on the phone, you got these big Cadillac trucks coming up on him and everything, and I'm just sitting here like, in Chicago, we doing races like this. Where the cops at? Where the cops at? Because if we see formations like that, pew, 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 the cops is coming out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But basically, they pulled his ass over, okay, and oh boy, that gave him that car, said, I told you wanted to get the fuck up out this city, okay? You know, you ain't want to see who you was fucking with. And so they take him to Walter's place, and, you know, Walter looking at him like, okay, cool, this the dude that's out here starting some shit, but then you help my son out and all this stuff, and woo, 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 and started talking about Mrs. O'Leary's cow and all this stuff. If y'all don't know that reference, that's the Great Chicago Fire that happened out here in Chicago over 110 years ago. Started with a cow, allegedly, that kicked over a lantern, okay, and then it burned down damn near half the city, okay, back in the day. That's what it is. And Tommy was basically like, listen, I'm supposed to be heading west. I'm not in no hurry to get there. He said a person like that either got too much time on their hands or too much money. Either the fuck way. You need to get your ass out of here, okay? And to show my appreciation for what you did for my son, all right? I'm put out the little fires that you set, okay? But other than that, you gonna have to get your ass up out of here. Get out of my town right here, right now. And then here come Victor. And he looking at him like, But Tommy had the bag of drugs or whatever that he was supposed to get. And he dropped it right there and he left. Mind you, Claudia was sitting up there just looking. And I'm just sitting here like, now I know we started Claudia out fucking a bitch, but I feel like Tommy gonna be fucking that bitch, okay? Like she gonna be, like Claudia gonna make her way, okay? And then it's gonna be Tommy and Claudia, or Claudia is gonna use him to fuck the family over something to get her. I don't know, but I'm trying to figure it out because the way that she got a powerful essence, okay? She got an aura about her that I feel like is not to be fucked with, okay? And put her and Tommy together. Oh, bitch, I see some shit happening, okay? Meanwhile, he was like, okay, cool. So he get up in the car, he leaving, and Rodolfo, he driving down State Street. I said, bitch, how come you on the magnificent fucking bitch State Street? Motherfucker, where the hell was I at? Damn. That used to be my stomping grounds, okay? Girl, but whatever. He down State Street, and then Rodolfo called him again, and he was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. Rodolfo, let me tell you something, bitch. I don't work for nobody. I ain't coming west. It is what the fuck it is. I decided to stay here. I said, oh, shit. So you really just finna say, fuck the Walter family. You just finna stay for some trouble. I feel you, old Nay. He was like, bitch, you can't tell me what to do. And that was Tommy, episode 1 for Power Force. It was cute. I liked it. It gave me just enough and not too much. Because sometimes it can be a good thing that we get a lot in the first episode of a show. And sometimes that can be a bad thing. Because then that set the tone for how the show will go. Okay? Because sometimes you don't want too much in the very first episode. Alright? Because you would expect all of that. Sometimes it's cute to have just enough for a little bit of a build up throughout the season. And so far, I'm cool. I'm sticking with it. You guys tell me how y'all felt about it. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.